you.
On the step, Shirley.
Masih bosing mama. Tolong lurus itu.
Swanage or a Jurassic circular cruise. Could I have your attention for a few moments please while I run through the safety features of this vessel. In the unlikely event of an emergency, you'll hear a signal of 7 or more short blasts followed by 1 long blast on the whistle. And if you hear this signal, please remain calm, remain seated and obey any instructions of the skipper or the crew. We have life-saving appliances on board for all persons. Life jackets are located underneath the bench seating on the upper and lower saloon deck, in the bench seating there. Pay particular attention on the stairs and use the handrails provided, as the zone at sea may move unexpectedly due to the wash from passing vessels. Well, thank you all very much for your attention. The commentary will be commencing very shortly. Large hill with the green and yellow fields on top, and they are directly above those yellowy green fields on the harbour side, in a gap between 2 of the smaller, darker foreground hills, and as I say, in the foreground of the larger hill behind. That's the road to Corfe Castle there, off in the distance to our right, slowly disappearing behind the tree line of the fields. The castle is in the ruined state it's in today because of action during the English Civil War, and during that conflict it was a royalist stronghold owned by the Banks family. The Banks family were mostly on the side of the king, certainly Lady Banks was, as she was the one that organised the defence of the castle against many sieges by Parliament's forces. But while her husband Lord Banks was off hiding in London, he was actually a member of Parliament. Eventually though, Parliament's army did succeed in capturing the castle after Lady Banks was betrayed by one of her colonels, who left the gates to the castle grounds open, allowing the army to enter. They then blew the castle up. The island's most famous animal residents, though, are the red squirrels. It's one of 2 places you'll find in the local area. They're also found on neighbouring Thursday Island. Tree
those cottages to our right are now in use as holiday lets, while the others on the island are occupied by wardens who live there year-round, looking after the island for the National Trust. If you'd like to visit Brownsea, you need to take one of those orange ferries.
Okay.
Largest building on the island is the castle, built by Henry VIII during the mid-1500s in order to defend Poole against invasion from the French and Spanish. These days it's owned by the National Trust and is on a long-term lease to the John Lewis Partnership, a famous department store chain, and they run it as a luxury hotel. A 5-star hotel with a 3-star prices, all the rooms are en suite, excellent views across the harbour entrance and surrounding area.
Unlike the beaches to our left-hand side, where if you wanted to park there all day, you should probably consider remortgaging your home in order to afford it. Today, captained by Jamie, who is one of the shortest skippers here at Coastal Cruises. In order to see over the wheel of the Fortuna, he has to stand on 3 crates of beer.
Around fictionalised versions of Poole Harbour, Brownsea Island and nearby Corfe Castle. While the village of Sutherland
Jurassic Coast, if you went for a walk along it, you'd be hard
रेडी हुँदैछ यिनीहरू चाहिँ यतै झर्ने होला कि आइकिनेको ज्याकेट लगाएर आउनुपर्छ ज्याकेट लगाएर आउनुपर्छ आइकिने
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Swanage. The gangway is now in position, front of the boat, top deck, left hand side. Please mind your step as you come through the door.
Please feel free to bring anything you got down there up to the outside decks to enjoy in the afternoon sunshine. The toilets can be found on the lower outside deck towards the rear of the boat, and they are on either side of the main staircase. Direction of travel is the ladies to the right, gents to the left. No mixed couples, please. Your crew for today, downstairs at the cafe bar, you've got Stephen and Amanda, both of which will be more than happy to serve you throughout your cruise. Up here in the wheelhouse, I got myself. All depends on the traffic we encounter in Poole Harbour or the yachts heading back home. I'll try and keep us as close to our scheduled arrival time as possible. And the weather conditions today, you can feel there is a tiny bit of movement. That's due to a very low swell. So if you are standing up and moving around, please exercise caution. Pay particular attention on the stairs. These seems to happen most before later. Right, I'm going to leave you in peace and quiet for about 5 to 10 minutes. The commentary will be commencing as we approach Paddington. In the meantime, sit back, relax, enjoy your cruise, and also the crew are allowed distributing a multiple choice exam with regards to the safety analysis. It is in fact all the Isle of Wight.
is the only location where our boat transport my boat driving licence is actually valid. Only getting a block bus on every had one. But once it's nice, this generation car was mostly known as the air gravity car, but it's spent pounds on the power back to first one of its very flat roof, big flat window frame, called the Magnet, pretty good build to the town, that's on the land of a small, rather load that was once owned by John Meadows, I was say, and kitchen we got PD, 2 of last year, on ground breakthrough, with the no family, the top planning was amazing, not all the football manager and I can select the star, how great that is, but it's a great one, great match, golf club. Well, we're almost there, some group piles, and around here, something quite often on the end, one down the record, following the centre box here, posted the very top window in the third half, right there at the top, always waving up. That's my wife. Now the ground record holder for most expensive property here is one coming in on the street to our right, last time we were at 13.5 property, and you are about 6 days to our lot, but that's all money you spend, and this is full. That is populated. Some reasons to go against so much more because the bottom land stands on, and this is on the paper on Swanage, to the next one across the harbour and West Florida. If you only did it, then it's not now, and it's easy to build and all your places, but unfortunately, it takes time for them to review our implementation process last month. And you'll see the application, for example, because the info is modern practice is not being used in the surrounding area. Clearly, the council has to down the sandbank. But yeah, there is now a fuel bank that I was working on it. Rather one down. You may also have noticed there are 3 whale tails on the shoreline by that house. Those were found all across the former Christchurch and Poole area. They were partly collected for raising money for the house, charity, raising money for children. They were then sold off at auction to raise more money for the house.
अस्ति गएको बाटो त्यही हो मामा स्यान्डब्याग गाउँ हजुर
To our right hand side you can see a marina filled up with lots of luxury motor cruisers and sailing vessels. They're all moored in Sultan's Marina, and that is the most expensive place for a boat in Poole Harbour. You don't see those luxury boats leave the marina very often. It's up here to say the boats just a bit of a status symbol for their owners. Local legend has it, the reason the boat. between them, they run a series of yacht and dinghy racing events all throughout the year. And at peak times, there could be as many as 2,000 sailing vessels taking part, which does make it very difficult for a vessel like this to navigate through those times. But as you can see, it's pretty quiet this evening, so hopefully it won't be too much trouble for us getting back to our berth. A Buxton Yacht Club run all their yacht and dinghy racing events from that building, standing in the middle of the harbour to our right. Looks like it's important that we remained within the marked channels of the harbour as we made our way back to the quay today, as if we had left, we would have run aground almost instantly, just like we did yesterday. Only kidding, of course. Little test though to see if they're all still listening. The commercial port of Poole is right ahead of us, looking pretty quiet at the moment though. We've got one large vessel alongside, that's the high-speed catamaran Levante Jet, which runs from here 4 times a week down to the largest channel island of Jersey, and she's operated by the...
Ani dito, someone in the house. Who would do that? That's horrendous, that is.
Thank you, Stuart.
sir, please.
No, someone else.
I did, I've seen it. I sent you one back.
Hang on. Oh.
Hey, you, after you pop in, come on. Before we get off the boat. No, I don't have the tissue.
Tissue.
Yes.